Hi, in this video I'm going to be doing a comparison on two cases, and one generic, and then two screen protectors. So it's the Spigen liquid crystal designed for LG. This is the V40. It says 2018. Got a lot of high reviews there. So this is the one I'm going to show you now, but it's versing this one by Rinke, and this is called the Ringke Fusion, and in my case it happens to be this color, the aqua blue. Then I also have the it just says 4V40 screen protector. This is what it looks like. It's got 1 star, and there's a reason why it's got 1 star, and I would give it 0 stars. If you watch the video, you'll see why. And then there's this one, which is the UniqueMe, which I also have, and it's got 4 stars, and I would give it 0 stars, which you'll also see why in the video. And then I do have a little generic cover, which you'll see just to throw in the mix. All right, so let's get going. I have the Spigen on the left and the Rinke on the right. This is the Fusion Aqua Blue version, and this is the liquid crystal version. Right, I'll also be comparing it to a generic that I bought on the internet. This is a cheapie, and I'll just compare it just to throw it in the mix. Okay, so on the phone at the moment is the Rinke, and I've been using this for now 2 weeks. I have no complaints. Okay, so as you can see, it's got a real suction type fit. It really sucks in there, and it almost bonds to the back of the phone, so you don't get any air bubbles or air locks. You can see it had a very tight fit on the back of this phone. All right. Now the Spigen, what happens is it comes with a lens and screen cleaning wipe, and the reason why it does that is because if you put it on your phone and your phone has got oily remnants or is dirty, you're going to see it through the screen, so the case. So that's why they're giving you these wipes. Whereas the Rinke, what happened on this one is it had peel, you could peel these protective covers, so it was originally fully clean. Obviously now it's got my oily handprints, and I've been using it for 2 weeks because I like to use things before I review, and it just needs to be clean. So obviously when you buy it, it'll be completely shiny, and you'll peel off protective layer on the back and on the front. So it does give you instructions on how to use it. This is what you get in the little package here. It comes in an eco-friendly package, so it's a light package. And the Spigen on this side just comes in a little box. Okay, we don't need that anymore. All right, so let's compare these 1 to 1. That's what they look like. This is the blue version, so it's got the blue, and the reason why it's the blue, because obviously you can see my phone is the blue version. And having a look at the lens here, you can see the cutouts. This one has a much bigger hole here for your finger, while this one has a more, it's almost like a bezeled effect, but the fingerprint space here is actually smaller, and there you can see the cutout for the flash, while the one on the left here, you see it's a complete cutout, while here it is 3 separate holes, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. All right, just having a look at the thickness of this so you get an idea. Okay, this is measured in millimeters. Right, this is measured in millimeters. I'm going to take it on the thickest place, and then you see there's a little pad there, the back. So I'll just take it there. It's 11.37. That is the thickest place. And if you take it on the maybe the thinnest place, you're looking at about 10.9. While the Spigen on this side, you can see there it is 10.3, and there is no difference anywhere else. If I take it over there, you can see it's still 10.37, so it's kind of the same. So there is a slight difference in the thickness between these two brands. Now, just looking at this cheapie that I got, this is very thin comparing. I mean, look at that. That is like that is 8.9. This one I've used also for about 2 weeks. This I did not like. The button press is terrible. It's like, I mean, look at that, you can't even get that button down, while this one, it definitely allows a button press. You can see that it's got a raised section here, but it allows you to depress the button. and there and there and there. Obviously, while here it's all they've done is they've taken the plastic around a mold, and there's no like a thinner material to allow the plastic to move in and out. So just be careful of these real generic cheapy ones, because they actually make the phone feel like the button doesn't work. You have to really press it hard. Alright, so this is what I was just using for the meantime. I'll just show you what it looks like on the phone, offering very little protection in terms of the screen, because I mean, if you look there, if you look at that profile, you can see that if this is even lying on its face, it will scratch the screen, because the case is offering very little protection. The reason why I had this case is just so that it doesn't slip out of my hand. So right, let me just first go through the Rinke one. I'll just show you how much the mass of it. That one weighs 29.6. And the Spigen, let's see, actually more, 33.3. And just to throw in the mix, the generic, look at that, 18.7. Alright, so this is the Rinke. I'm just showing you closely what you'll be getting. That's the bottom. You see there is the audio, charging port, speaker, and I think that's the microphone. And there are these extra pads here and here. It's got the name there, if you can see it, embossed there, and then there's the button, and on the top there is a hole there. There's the pad, so if you leave it on the table, it's not supposed to scratch too much on this part here. It's got some protective pads there to raise the phone a bit, and then the corners also got some raised sections there. I'll just show you what the phone looks like with it inside. Just by the way, this back piece feels more like perspex rather than anything else, and this here has got like a plastic rubbery feel, while this is almost like solid. I mean, if you listen to it. Right, and just to give you an idea, this is quite thick, this back part. I'll just give you an example. Alright, so that's 1.55 mils. And this is what it looks like when your phone is inside. Obviously you'll clean it, but just having a look at the profile, you can see that it is definitely higher than the screen, especially on the corner sections. As I said, please don't worry about the fingerprints here. If you put it in when it's clean, none of that will happen. It'll be completely clean, so please don't worry about the fact that I've got fingerprints here. It's just because I have been touching it and my phone is not 100% clean. So that's how it looks. You can see the fingerprints quite big. That's where the flash is, and that's where the 3 lenses are. Now looking at the Spigen, if you see that this one is quite different, you can see how flexible it is. Definitely a different design than the Rinke. If you see, this one is more rubbery and then perspex firm feel at the back, while this one is totally flexible. I can measure the thickness of that. I'll do that now. There's the button sections, and then looking at the bottom, this is the difference. You can see the cutouts there. Both of them have oversized holes for the earphone jack. And then on the side, there's the buttons, and on the other side, there we go. Now what you might notice, slight difference here. On the Rinke, there is a place to put a little strap if you want to hold your phone with a little a string type effect. There you can loop it there, while the Spigen does not have that. And then just having a look at the buttons, the Rinke has like a rough feel. It's almost got, especially for this one, you can hear that, while these don't have it. And then here on this side, they don't have it. It's got one button with a bit of a rough feel, the rest are smooth. Coming to this one, they all have the same appeal. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Again, I will clean the phone, so don't think that it will look all with these like oily effect. There's the touch, there's the fingerprint, and it's fine, no problem. What I do notice is these button presses are lighter on the Spigen, while on the Rinke the button presses are a little bit firmer. Okay, just having a look at the profile there, you can see not very high. Look a little bit on the edges there, but I think the Rinke has got a slightly higher profile, especially on the edges It does encapsulate. It's definitely higher than the glass. If it's on the table, that's what it looks like. If it's facing the other way, looks very neat. No problem with this cover. And back to this one. Also very nice. This is on the table, offers a bit of resistance. This one offers a bit more resistance and facing that way. I really do like the blue here on the side. It kind of complements it. Looks like it's made for the phone. Obviously it's made for the phone, but it looks like it comes from the manufacturer. I mean, look how close those colors are. While if you look at the other one, doesn't look as professional in my opinion, because this kind of frames it with a clear boundary. I think I do prefer, in terms of the look, I do prefer the blue matching the blue of the phone. Right, and if you are going to be putting on screen protectors, I've got two as a sample here. This one is called UniqueMe screen protector, bought from Amazon, and just showing you if it would fit here. This one looks like it would definitely fit here. Look, it's got a lot of space to shift around, so I think you'd be fine if you have the this brand of cover with this protective case. And if you don't have that one, I have another one which also bought of Amazon. This is called the tempered glass 9H. This is the plain, no black on the sides, and you can see that this one also would fit with this cover. So you can see there's no problem with either of these. You are getting these screen protectors. Either of these will work fine. And just checking with this brand, if you're getting the UniqueMe, let's just see, also no problem here. You could put that on. While this one, there you see, also no problem here. So you're fine, you're safe with both. And if you go with the plastic shield, which is just the kind of a laminate, yeah, it looks like you'll be fine here. No, you'll be fine. So this would also work if you're getting the IQ shield and you're just going with a plastic protective cover. Well, that will also work with these different cases. Just by the way, if you are getting this UniqueMe brand, I have noticed that the screen protector covers slightly, it actually goes a bit into the screen, so you're going to lose a bit of your screen area there. Yeah, unfortunately it is quite significant. This, I don't think I would put this one on, because you're losing like, at least 2 millimeters and about 1.5 millimeters on the bottom. So about 1 millimeter on the bottom and at least 2 millimeters if you add up the sides. So I would just say, just be careful of this one. You might find that you're losing some screen area. Just by the way, if you are going to be doing the screen protector, this one doesn't quite mate properly. If you look on the edges, that's where it's got some extra stickiness, and I've got it exactly in the correct orientation, because if I switch it on, you can see that it's where it's sticky is on the black, so you don't see the stickiness on the screen itself, and as well as this. I think I managed to get the screen, the glass on, but if you look at it, can you see this? I don't like that. That's coming out only in the camera, but these edges are worrying me. If you look here, what's worrying me are these edges. Listen to that. You see, look, it's peeling up there, and I did push it down. So my concern is that it's actually putting undue stress on this glass because the LG screen is a little bit curved, and I foresee this cracking. So I'm probably going to just remove this. I don't think I'm going to waste my time with it, and I'll end up just using the plastic screen protector. Okay, so overall, I wouldn't recommend this clear one. It's just sticky on the edges. It's how it was in the old days when we used to put new screens on phones. We didn't glue the glass on. It was just kind of attached on the side. So that's why you're seeing that almost that smudge in the middle. It's just really the glass on top of the glass. There's no actual gluing. I don't think this is a good option. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not going to keep it on my phone. The other one with a black border, also not an option because it covers some of the screen. So in my case, I'm just going to use the plastic laminate rather than the glass.